Hey YouTube, this is Jack again with Toy Dojo, and as promised, today we're going to be taking a look at the MakeToys Remaster MTR M08 Despotron, or MakeToys' take on a masterpiece styled Megatron. So here he is right in front of us, and to start off with, he is a relatively large gun. Well, actually, to start off with, if you notice something different, I'm actually behind the camera this time instead of in front, so I'm just trying something a little different. Let me know what you guys think. Behind the camera, in front of the camera, do you really not care? Let me know. But to start off with him, he's a big gun. He's relatively large. He's longer than both Apollyon and Mighton. And the handle here is a lot thicker too, as well. And that's because of the way the legs are. You can see these are his feet here. And so that's what makes it a little bit thicker here. So, I mean, if you can see here my hand, I don't have small hands either. You know, I can't get my whole fingers around it. So, decent looking gun mode here. I do like it, but I don't know that it screams like masterpiece for me. This here is plastic, not like the other two, which are die cast, which is not going to make or break it. But I think for me, what it is just too many gaps. So like here, that's a gap. That's a little gap there. There's a gap right there. That's a gap right there. Back here on the back as well is opened up. It's not the same as far as this, I mean. And then here another gap right there, another gap right here. I do like how they put the P38 up here, kind of reminiscent of the old G1 toy. There we go, P38. But then you have this gap right here on the barrel, and this is because in robot mode, this will kind of collapse down so you can make the barrel shorter over Megatron's shoulder. Then you got the screw hole here, which I guess maybe, I don't know if it's too bad, but you know, again, it's there. And this here, as far as I know, doesn't have any kind of electronics, no light in there, but you can't see through it. If you look right there, you can see through there. You can see that white line of the Toy Dojo line there. So you can see right through that. Let's see if we can get it again. There we go. You can see the D in Dojo. So that's cool that you can see this, and the other one you couldn't. The barrel itself, it's long. This part is relatively skinny compared to this part here, so I feel like they maybe could have made that just a little bit bigger, just to make it look better. And like I said, he's a decent looking gun. What he's supposed to be mastered after, well, not to say he's supposed to be after, but obviously when they're doing any Megatron, he's supposed to be looking like this. G1 Megatron, who had a stupid big scope on it for this little toy here. Let me take this off real quick. There we go. So, let me get his off over here too. And that here just slides off like that. Slides on and off right there. So looking at him with G1 Megatron, you can see he actually resembles the Waltz P38 pretty decently, minus all the gapping issue and things like that. But he does a pretty decent job at it. I like that clicking noise, I always have. We didn't get that with any of the other guys, but I like that clicking noise there. So, there's G1 Megs. Pulling in, let's go with Apollyon, since he's the one that I really didn't care for. And then still have issues with this guy in his gun mode, but, you know, whatever. So, here he is with Apollyon. I'm going to pull Apollon's scope off. There. Because it's always falling off on me. But you can see, as far as height-wise, in gun mode here, he is just a little bit taller than Apollyon. I'd say probably because of this piece here, where the barrel goes on, is why he's, or not barrel, the scope goes on, which is why he looks a little bit taller. Apollyon looks to be maybe a little bit thicker, or maybe it's because this isn't close together right. But even up here, he looks a little bit thicker than he does over here, and he's more rounded up here on top. So, lengthwise though, you can see that he is a lot longer than Apollyon, right over here from the barrel. You can see that. And then even down here where the trigger is, as well, is a lot longer. So, just bigger all around than Apollyon is. And he's going to be bigger than Mighton as well, because Mighton is the same size as Apollyon. So, looking at this one, it reminds me kind of like a Dirty Harry gun. Even though Dirty Harry didn't have a Waltz P38, but he had that really large gun. So did Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead, if you watch that show. where Rick would always hold his gun facing down, even though the guy is like standing in front of him, he's facing it down, and he somehow shoots and he kills the guy. Never understood that, but hey. So there's the gun. What does it have as far as anything that moves, articulation-wise? Got here, you can pretend shoot. This here doesn't work. That doesn't move up or down here. This one doesn't move up or down here. So really nothing else besides this here. I mean, you can do that, but that's mainly for transformation. So that goes up like that, and they'll snap into that. So none of that works there. So again, the only thing you really have is this trigger here. So let's go ahead and bring in Mighton. Here's Mighton, and let me get his off as well. Yeah, come on. There you go. It was a little bit more difficult to get off because of that little thingy right there. It's hard to get off sometimes. So anyways, as far as height-wise, again, almost the same. He's a little bit taller again because of this piece here. But as far as length-wise, he's longer than Mighton is as well. So now out of the 3 gun modes, me personally, I believe, that's what I think. Again, this is my opinion. You can feel free to make your own opinion. I think gun mode, I still have to say that I like, let me try and get these guys on camera. Let's push this back. I still have to say that I do like Mighton better in gun mode, just because he's cleaner down here. He doesn't have as many breaks in him, you know, right up in here. He doesn't have as many breaks like Apollyon does. And in my Apollyon, for the life of me, I can't get this thing to stick together right. Just really, really upsetting to me. Nor as much as he has here. So I think I'm still gun mode. I think I still prefer Mighton. As far as transformation, I think Mighton, I said, was way easier than Apollyon, but I think he's even easier than Mighton. And like I said, Mighton I thought was easy. So there you are. I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to transform him into robot mode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to transform him off camera into robot mode, and then I'm going to put him from robot mode back to gun mode, because I like the transformation from robot to gun. And then on the last video when I did for Mighton, I put him from gun to robot. So kind of change it up a little bit. And then again, just let's look at these gun modes again more. I'm just looking at it now. Just again, this is to me a lot cleaner in that it doesn't have as many breaks. Even up here on the top, it doesn't have a whole lot of breaks up there. Whereas this one's got a whole lot of paneling, line paneling here, breaks, 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 breaks. You know, this part too. These guys, both of them actually, Apollyon and Mighton, did a good job at kind of hiding this back area right here. You know, not leaving it open like that. So that's closed. Even though you can see these parts aren't part of the plastic, these are part, if you remember, these are part of those metal bars that go for the arms. But they're black, so they kind of resemble the plastic. And then obviously Apollyon did better, if I can keep it stay together. But this is actually plastic pieces that just kind of snap together. Well, kind of, and stay together. So I think, again, these two guys did it better than this one here. And then even on the handles themselves, right here, they don't have these gap issues. They don't have this. They don't have this. Open up area here. So just cleaner on well, on him for sure. On him, he's still kind of a mess. But, you know, there you go. And let's see, what else? I think that's it as far as the gun mode goes. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to take them off camera here, and I'm going to transform them, all 3, into their robot modes, and then I'll go ahead and transform him back, and we'll compare the guys. I still want to transform him from gun to robot back to gun, because he's just such a pain in the butt. So give me a few and I'll be back. And well, for you guys it'll be like a quick second, or maybe even half a second. But let me do that. We'll be back and we'll talk about their robot modes. Okay, and I'm back. And I got them all 3 in their robot modes. And now we're going to take a look at them. So first up, we have right here, we have Despotron. And as you can see, he's a thick robot. He's got thick legs, got thick shoulders, thick head, just all around, just like a thick body. Back kibble, none at all. Everything hid away. So the trigger is hidden inside the chest piece here, And it just looks nice. It really does. Slide that over. That's supposed to be slid over like that. But the back actually looks really nice. It looks better than Apollyon and looks better than Mighton. So kudos to them for figuring out that. I'm surprised the other two guys didn't figure that part out as far as doing it that way. So that was really neat. You can see here he's got the same coloring that the other ones have. Red, blue, yellow down there. Red between the arms right here. Red on the inner legs here, just the way that the Mighton is. And the head sculpt, it's not, it doesn't, I mean, I guess it's Megatron, but it's not like a G1 Megatron look to me anyways. I think, I don't know, it just doesn't look, I think Despotron has, or I'm sorry, Mighton, this is Despotron. Mighton, I think, has a better look to him, but let's just kind of look at that head there. The thing I do like about him, though, I will say, is that his eyes, I don't know how what's picking up on the camera there, but the eyes are a chrome red right there, so that's really neat that they chromed out the eyes there. I like that a lot. Since this is a pre-production sample, it didn't come with the parts that it should have come with, which would have been extra faces for him, and also a mace weapon, the chain mace weapon that he comes with, and this one didn't come with it. So again, the final one though should come with those pieces. So looking at him, let's go ahead and just take a look at his articulation real quick. So the head is on a ball joint. It goes up a little bit, looks down, goes all the way around like that. Shoulders here, full 360, just like that. They do come out. And if you want them to come out even further, these here are just fake. They fold away like that and like that. So you can, if you wanted to, get full range of motion just like that. Let's flip those back out the way they were. That one there and this one here. He's got an upper bicep swivel right here. Elbow band like that. Wrist swivel like this. And as far as the fingers on there, they're not individually articulated. There's a pin that runs right through the center of the knuckles there, like that. And so these three fold together like this. And this finger here is articulated at the knuckle and at the middle of the finger there. So you got 3 digits, the first one, the second one, and the third one. Actually 2, I should say. So you got that. And the thumb itself does not move at all. The thumb is just molded into place like that. So as far as waist articulation, he does kind of rotate a little bit. Mainly for transformation on that joint right there, or that section. But I haven't moved it enough in robot mode to try and get it all the way around, nor will I. He does have a little bit of side kibble here, but that's the same thing they have on the other ones as well. So it's not too bad. These flaps actually kind of fold back and hide this part of his leg here. So you get that just like that. Those hide that. This is the only thing that kind of sticks out right here, but it's not too bad. Down on the legs themselves, they will go forward. They will go backwards on nice tight ratchets. They will come out to the side like that. If you want to get more range of motion, you're going to have to move these hip skirts out of the way. Just get that out of the way. And you can come all the way out like that. And you can see there where you split. I don't want to show that part yet because that's like the secret part. So, knee bends. There is no swivel at the knee. It's up here on the top. You can see right there. And the reason why there's no swivel at the knee is because this piece right here connects the thigh to the leg here. Down on the foot, he's got motion this way and this way as well. So he's he has a lot of good articulation going on, I must say. I just don't, to me it doesn't scream masterpiece in my mind. So that's, but again, that's my opinion. It's kind of like Gundog. I don't know if I just said that or not, but it's like Gundog. I thought the Gundog wasn't really masterpiece quality. Not to say he wasn't masterpiece quality. The quality was there, but it wasn't the look. Just didn't scream masterpiece to me. So I feel like the same with him. He's not really masterpiece look. He doesn't have that masterpiece look to him, I would say. I think he's more like an oversized, really, really nice chug, if you will. Those also come in and out too, just so you know. All around, he is a nice figure. Like I said, very clean on the back here. I think they did a great job with that. So, and then down on the feet here, they put some rubber pads on this portion of the heel, so that way it doesn't go sliding around if you have them on a slick surface. Alright, now I'm going to pull in Apollyon here. And he's going to be on your right. And then Mighton here on your left. Just so we can get an idea of what they all look like together. Again, as far as for me, robot mode, let me back this up a little bit here. I think for me, robot mode, I still prefer Mighton over Despotron, and especially Apollyon. I think they all have good qualities to them. They all have good parts. So if you're going to pick either one of them, I think you're going to be okay. I just think I like his head sculpt best. I think it looks better. I think the helmet looks great. And then the faces, again, they look great as well. I love the cannon, how the cannon can expand and compact for robot mode. His hands are a little bit too thin, probably. His hands are beefy. And then his are cool because they're each articulated. Each finger's articulated, so I do like that. The one thing I didn't like about him is that this is flat right here. There's no curve to it. Like there's a curve to this one here, and there's a curve to his right there. I will say though, Apollyons are probably the cleaner out of all of them there in the front. It's pretty much a nice curve there. This one's got this little opening right here and down here. He's got these pegs here and those peg holes there. So I will say that he's got a cleaner look down there as far as that goes. The feet themselves, I think I like his feet better. His look too wide and blocky right there. And his are okay, but I think they sit too far back. It looks like he has like tiny feet. Head sculpt again, he wins out. I'd have to go first, second, and then third there. Arms, first or second, dead last because of the shoulders. Let's see, what else? Back kibble, obviously it's going to be first, second, third because of his back kibble there. And so one thing I was mentioning on him, which let's go and look at that right now. So the reason it has that kind of that gap on the barrel here is because this slides up and down on the transformation, so that way it's not just sitting up that high. It'd be sitting up that high and then you'd see that hole right there. So that slides down to give you a shorter barrel there. For me, honestly, overall, I still like him better. I wish they could take pieces of him, and pieces of him, and mesh them all together and make one robot. Because I do like the way everything stores. The trigger piece is storing right up there in the chest area, so that's neat. We'll see that when we transform him here in a little bit. So I'm going to take these two guys out of the way and just bring in some other bots to go along with him. Series next to MP10. And that looks okay together. I think he's got the chunky legs down there, and so does he. I think that looks good. But I think for me, what it is mainly is the head sculpt. I think just doesn't sit right with me. Let's go ahead and bring in Soundwave right there. And then just for grins, let's go ahead and bring in Quakewave. Now, I am a big Fans Toys guy. I love their stuff. So if Fans Toys ever made him, for me, I think that'd be the ultimate one. Because I think Fans Toys, in my opinion, does a great job with their MP scaled stuff. So let's go ahead and get these guys out of the way. And let's go ahead and just jump into transformation. So, going first, we're going to pull off this cannon just to get it out of the way. I forget if it slides forward or backwards. Let's see, there you go, slides backwards. And I just moved that camera right there. Alright. So, first things first, let's go ahead and let's mess with the arms here. So you can open this up like this. It's tabbed in right here. There you go. That tabs in right there. That opens up just like so. Take the arm, and you're going to want to open this up because the hand's going to store away. So you got to flip this open. Just like so. Take the hand, close it up, flip it in, and as you flip that in, there's one of two things you can do. Let's close that up. You can either just lift this up right here by itself, or once it's open and you start flipping this up, it'll push through and knock it open itself. So take that, fold the hand inside like that. That's going to tab. Hopefully I wasn't off screen there, but that's going to tab right into there. And then you take this right here and you close it up, and that tabs into there. Okay. Now you're going to take this portion when that's opened up. You're going to take this and you're going to pull it up. There's going to be a way you have to rotate this. You got to rotate this to where there's a slot right here that's going to go into a tab that's right there. So take this. Let's get it down here. Rotate that around like that. Flip that up. And that goes in. I did it right? Yeah. So that's going to be the top of the gun there. That's going to go in right there. And that's going to tab in like that. And you're going to situate this like this. Close that up. Right now. Do the same thing on the other side. Let's go ahead and do this first. Now this is a little more difficult than that one is there. And I'll tell you why. So as we put this open. Let me get you back on frame here. This is difficult being behind camera. But if you guys prefer me being behind camera instead of in front of it, I'll just have to work on keeping an eye on the camera itself to make sure that I'm doing it right. So this is difficult because it slots in, whereas the other one just doesn't. This one slots in. Okay, so now that we got it open. So right here, you see those two kind of peg slots, if you will, or pegs. They slot into that right there onto either one. So that just kind of comes down and sits in there. So when you're opening it, you really have to kind of get that and mess with it to get that off of those two sliding spots right there. So once you do that, you're going to take the hand. And this one's real stiff on this production sample. So, I mean, it doesn't really bother me because I think it's better in some cases. But you're going to take that hand and, again, just fold it inside. Now, I will say when you do fold it inside, you want to get it, fold it in enough to where you can kind of tilt it and it's not just laying flush. It's kind of, you see the way it's kind of sticking out there a little bit? You want that because you need this to sit and get inside there. If you try and do it while it's flush, you won't get it really well. So you do that, that's just enough to get it, slide it in, and then you can make this piece flush right here. Just like that. Okay. Now you do the same thing here, open this up right there. And we're going to go ahead and take this, and we're going to rotate this around like so. Flip this, actually, not that. Right there. Flip that up like that. And you can tell when you're doing it right because this is rounded and that's rounded. So that's how you know you got the right pieces are going the right way. So you got to get this and just get this thing going in there flat. Get it. What the heck? Oh, that's what it is. Did I put the other one down? No, I sure didn't. Okay. That's what I didn't do. These have to come down. I forgot to mention that. On both sides, they have to come down. If not, these won't go in there because what's happening is when they're up, you can kind of see how it's in the way right there. Let's see if I can get some better lighting right there. There you go. You can kind of see how that's in the way right there. So if that's in the way, it won't close. So shut those down. Then go ahead and pick this up. Close it up like that. Then close it down on top. And this is going to rotate like so. Because again, you want the curvature fit in the top like that. Then that closes up like that. And do the same thing here. And close it up on top. Now these, you're going to take this. You're going to close that up. And that's going to cover all that right there. You're going to take this one. And that's going to cover all that right there. Now Megatron's head, we're going to leave it facing out for right now. And I'll show you why later on. So take the cannon. Barrel. Actually, not cannon. You take that and you want to, right here, you want to take it and rotate it around just like so. Come on. Just like so. So you're rotating at this point right here. Take that, rotate that around like that. Because when you do, that's going to plug into that slot that's right there. You plug that in like that. And now you got the top half of Megatron done. Okay. Let's come down and work on the bottom now. So we're going to take these heel spurs, fold them in, collapse the foot. Take this, fold it in, collapse the foot. And these, you can take the feet and just kind of push them up inside like that on both of them, just up and inside a little bit. Now the legs themselves, what you're gonna do, and you know what? I didn't have this right. Okay, so in robot mode, that needs to be flipped up. Just like that. That's the way the back of the foot looks in robot mode, or the back of the leg looks in robot mode, I should say. So, but for gun mode, that flips down and it goes into there. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take this leg and you're going to rotate that in like that. And you're going to take this leg and you're going to rotate it out. So you take one and you're going to rotate them both the same way. So you can get these out of the way. Let's get this out of the way here. Okay, take that and rotate that around. Just like so. And this right here is going to peg into there. So you can take that. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and push the legs up. Well, actually before we do that even, let's pull this open here. This is on his left leg. And we got to pull this piece out, because what that is the bottom portion that goes right up in here. So pull that out. Now that that's open, you can slide this up into it like that. Take the other one, slide it up into it like that. Make sure they're pushed all the way up. And you'll know they're pushed all the way up because, let's see, where was it? It kept coming apart. Is it on this one or is that the other one? Let me check. Huh? Maybe not. I thought there was something that showed here, but I guess not. Okay, so this piece right here, this is going to be on the right leg. So you're going to need this pulled up eventually, because that's going to be a piece hidden up there. So if you can, just kind of get that out of the way. And then put all this together just like that. And then you want to go ahead and close these together. Close that together just like that. And you're just going to get that one tab right inside there. Okay? Now we're going to work on this part right here. So this will open up just like this, as well as this one here. So that's going to pull apart from here. And remember, this is the part that's facing the front of Megatron, because that's the front of him. And so these will unpeg like that. And once that does that, you're going to take this one that was against this leg, you're going to flip it over, and that's going to snap into this one. And this one is going to flip over and go back. So essentially, the one that was on this leg goes to this leg, and the one that was on top of it goes back to the other leg. And that closes in like that. On the other side, it's different. You're only going to move this one. The other one is pegged in and it stays in there. You don't undo it or you'll break it. So just take that, move that over just like so. And there is the bottom portion of the grip. Okay? Let's push this down a little bit, but not all the way, because it's a pain to get it out if you don't. If not, you have to use a kind of a little tool. Alright, so let's go ahead now. We're going to take Megatron and accordion him out. So you got one here. Then you got one here. That spot right there. Okay, you gotta go to this one too, buddy. Come on. There we go. So you got three. You got one down here at the waist, one up here at the midsection, and then one up here at the upper chest. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to take this and we can spin this around like so. No, we're not going to spin that around, because that's going to be the front of the gun like that. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and the reason why you can't put the head in right now is because this mechanism has to slide freely like that, and if you do that and you have the head in there, it'll keep hitting it and you won't be able to get the slide. So that slides just like that. So what you want to do now is you want to take this section, and that's going to flip out so that way you can get this handle out of the way. Just take that. Meanwhile, making sure that this piece right here, the trigger, is down. And flip this whole piece out just like so. Okay. And this will spin around like so. Get that out of the way. Okay. Now this all is going to go like this. And this whole piece right here, that kind of accordion, is all going to lay flat just like that. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and get this piece out of the way. So this here, which is his front crotch area, You're gonna take this, you're gonna flip this one up like this. That's gonna flip over, and that's gonna, the middle section is gonna just gonna lay flat like that. So instead of going, it's gonna lay flat. The other one on the back section here, you're gonna take that and it's gonna flip down like that. Just gonna be kind of backwards like that. Okay. Now once this is out of the way, you can take this and you can start closing it. So that tab that's right there is gonna go into that slot that's right over there, and then this one right here, that's right there, is gonna go into that one right there. And then this piece right here is going to go right up inside there. And then that is going to go into that back slot right there. So take all this. Let's get that up there. Come on. And these slots, that's going to go, that tab goes into that slot right there. So take that, tab it up. Take this section, tab it all up, get it down, get it down. And this red one right there, that's going to go into, I don't know how well we can get that on camera there. This is the black slot that's right there where my finger is, and that's going to slide into there. So take that, put that into there, close this all up. And the one part that's a little bit of a pain is getting this piece right here up into there sometimes. Sometimes it goes right in, sometimes it doesn't. So take that. There we go. Shut that up just like that. And the back section too. So now we can take this portion and start opening this up. So this piece here is going to open up like this. And around this will flip over like that. And this section is going to go right over here. Oh, you know what, the one thing I forgot to do? Let's do it right now. This piece right here. Forget about this. So this folds down and underneath. Like so. We may have to disconnect all this stuff. Yeah, I believe so. Let me undo this. I forgot about that part. So let's undo this piece right here. And undo this piece right here. Okay. So in robot mode, that's down just like that, but in gun mode, that's got to flip open like that, or flip close, I should say. And this piece kind of just pulls off and then comes down. Take that off like that. And it doesn't like come off, but it slides enough. You kind of have to get both fingers or both hands used it. And then pull it, and then slide it down like that. And that frees up this piece here, which we'll talk about after we get the set in place. Okay, now let's go ahead and put everything back the way it was. So that goes there, snaps to there. This piece goes inside there. If I can get it again. Yeah, come on. Everything has to be just right with this guy. It's not very difficult to transform, it's just getting everything lined up. Like, transformation is rather easy. Okay, there we go. And again, just like I did with, like I said with Mighton, I have no fear of this guy breaking on me. I think everything, you know, just, it's a solid piece, and I don't feel like anything's going to sit there and break on me. So that's a good thing. Okay, so we can get this now, flip this section over just like this. And that's going to go kind of underneath there. This piece is going to go in that open spot right there. That way you can get that down like that. And this one flips open like that. Flip this over first like that, because what's going to happen is that peg is going to go into that slot that's right there. So take that over, flip it over, close it up, and tab that in its place right there. That goes over like that. Come to this side here, we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to open this up. That comes over. This piece comes back like this. That closes up. This closes up like that. And we are almost done. Just want to make sure you get everything that's going to be able to tab together here and tab it all together. Just like so. This comes up, and that folds up, and that's going to go right inside there. Now it's just a matter of tabbing everything in. There's a lot of tabs here, so that tabs in back there. Got to make sure these tab in, just like that. And everything, again, is just making sure all the tabs are just lined up just right. So some of it is like squeezing, pushing to get it all into place right there. Now this piece that I told you that comes out of the leg, it's important not to have it all the way pushed down, because if you do, then you really can't get the whole thing out. So you got to get this thing, flip it up, or pull it up I should say, like this. And actually what I should have done, let's take these off. And that slides all the way up to the top, like so. You're going to take this, and that tab is going to go into the slot that's right there. That's going to lock that into place. And you can do the same thing on the other side. You got the tab into the slot, like so. That tabs into place. And again, it's just making sure everything just tabs in. And this piece here goes in, and it tucks into that slot that's right there. So just flip that, tuck that in just like that. And the last piece is the head. So what you want to do on the head is just take this piece, flip it open, like so. Take the head, tuck away the head, close this up, just like so. Get the head in there, come on. Get in there with your big head. Close that up, and then you can slide this, and again, that just locks this so that thing doesn't fly open. And there's his gun. Now, it was a long process, but again, it wasn't very difficult. As far as when I say difficult, like the transformation wasn't ridiculously hard, like kind of the way Apollyon was, or even MP5. MP5 was super ridiculous when he was first done. And I think I've transformed him once, and then that was it. And then that was once too many. So take the scope, slide the scope on, and then there he is. So back to where we started. Okay, so again, your pick. You've seen all three of them. You've seen Mighton, you've seen Apollyon, and now you've seen Despotron. So your choice, which one do you think is the better out of the three? Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description below to where you can order him from. And please like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, stay safe.